In 3, 2, 1.
Your volume up. You turn the booth down to turn your volume up. Something ain't right.
Something ain't right?
Yeah, it sounds distorted.
You want me to turn it up more?
No, something's wrong.
It's like, no, turn your volume down and turn the booth. I mean,
yeah.
It sounds distorted.
Yeah, something ain't right.
Yeah. Okay, listen.
It's the bass.
No, it's not. It's something wrong. Let me see something.
All right. Let me know when to stop. I'll stop it.
Let me see something. You got the right two in there?
The two you gave me. There might be one. Wait a minute. It's another one right here that might be just.
Oh yeah.
Take that out.
I think that one is for the what you call it? Something ain't right.
This was for what? Because I don't remember this yellow one right here. I don't remember that. Let's check it out.
See what happens. We should turn the.
Well, I guess okay, it's better now.
I switched chords. That yellow one, I don't know where to go to.
What you got on now?
I got to choose like this. Regular one. See?
The yellow one is the one that's the yellow one definitely supposed to be plugged in, I think.
Really?
It sounds better.
I know, I turned it down.
You want me to switch back to the yellow one?
Yeah, something.
It's still distorted?
Huh?
Still
put that yellow one back in? Okay, hold up. That one definitely got everything. That one is the right one.
That one's the right one. Everything just cut off.
That was the right one?
That was the right one. It's that one and the yellow one that belong in there.
Yeah, because everything just cut off.
Now everything off.
Yeah.
There you go. You hear the difference now? Yeah.
I want to see all my pretty ones. I want to see all my pretty ones. I want to see all my pretty ones. I want to see all my pretty ones.
One, two.
I want to see all my pretty ones.
One, two.
It went back to the radio. I mean, crap music.
1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Yeah, we can hear you.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Now it sounds distorted.
1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Yeah, whatever it is, it sounds better now. Sounds better.
1, 2, 1, 2.
It's cool now. At first it was like
now turn yours down sometime a little bit. Look at what you call. What? I'm going to cut you in. No, that's you. That's you. You want to
change it again?
No, you want to bring your volume down a little bit? See how high you are? Yeah, that's good right there. Where your phone at? You got your phone at? That should be good though. Let me see something.
You just went yeah.
1, 2. You ready? 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. Welcome to Power 410 Radio. Had a little bit of technical difficulties. We got you right now though. Hold tight. All right, so you good now, Tracy.
Okay.
The hip hop still playing.
Really?
Yeah, it's still playing.
Oh shit, my bad.
Huh?
It's
Turn on.
a 3 second
It's a
delay.
3 second delay. Leave it on.
It's still there. Oh, now it's gone.
Well, then, give me 1 second. Here's what you got. 1 2 1 2. Welcome to Power 410. We had a little technical delay. We're gonna be with you in 1 second, y'all. Just a little bit.
I'm gonna turn the camera
See what we got.
towards me when people start calling and texting.
1 2 seconds.
Yeah, so you good to go. Watch your volumes. Listen to what you got in your headphones. What you got in your headphones is what you're gonna have real time.
Is that correct?
Yep. You wanna go get your people?
Yeah, I go there. Hey, the front door. All right. Yeah, glass door. Glass door.
Yeah.
I need to find me a what's it called? My phone is good.
Hello, and thank you for coming to the Thommy Davis Show. Thank you so much for dealing with our technical difficulties. Now, back to the music.
I never even go out the bad window. Yeah, it was dead. Now it's dead and gone.
Tell a friend.
See my phone?
Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell another friend to tune into the Thommy Davis Show. Visit the website, power410radio.com, or download the app, Power 410 Radio. You can actually visit the website to download the applications. Again, thank you for dealing with us with the technical difficulties, and you are now listening to the Thommy Davis Show.
Every time I simplify the way we hook everything up, every time I simplify everything, somebody else comes in and moves it
And moves it around. Yeah, so they can feel more comfortable.
Yeah, so they can make it easier for themselves. I like it where all I have to do is push a button and it's good to go. You know what I have to do? No.
We're having technical difficulties today. Thank you for coming. I'll be right back.
never been destroyed.
Yeah. Somebody turned it off loud.
People like it.
Sure.
How you doing?
You said there.
I got another speaker upstairs.
That's all right. That's fine. I'm not gonna let everything run.
God, now see what you got.
It's three guests. One that requests to leave. Can he get in and out? So she's not getting right now.
That was me.
No, not you.
Yeah, I thought it was me. I was gonna get in and out, so I don't have to cry late at night.
Yes, then you're not in it. You know, bro, I know too much about you. And you all humble and stuff. I got pliers right over here just to pull it out of you.
I used to have one of these. I got one of these upstairs in the drawer.
Really?
Yeah, somewhere. I can't remember where it's at. I bought one of these little things. It was nice. Nice little headphone thing. And then I bought the real big one that's in the vocal booth.
Okay.
But I had this little one at first. I think I just stuck it in something.
Have y'all been introduced?
No, we just met today.
Yeah.
We're here today. Tracy brought me in. I'm just grateful to be
Man,
here.
we're glad you came.
I can go with the flow, so y'all just let me know.
It's a real relaxed, we on just.
Yeah, I was expecting to get some questions in my email.
Really?
Yeah.
I
usually have the answers.
I sent it to you. What's your name? What's your name? You got to write that down.
Yeah, I usually write that
If I'm on my social media, what do I tag to have them lead you to you all's?
Power, that right there, Power 410 Radio.
Okay.
For that.
And did he do that other track for me? I won't play it.
No, that's what he moving.
Yeah, I might have to rock it.
Well, just master yours. Your masters be tight. I play demos.
I want to play it. I told you Biscuit would call me. He called me the next day.
Who?
Biscuit, the very next day. Text me right next day.
When you playing?
The second.
I thought you said somebody was downstairs.
Yeah, when I was downstairs, you was standing.
But you ain't had your phone.
Because we're on Facebook.
But you don't have to be on Facebook yet. That's gonna cut your. They're gonna flag your
No, they not. Because my post is always on there, and then I download it and put it
With
on
the
YouTube.
music?
Yeah, and I put it on YouTube, so they don't flag it.
Tell them I'm coming down.
Talking about the visual, so I didn't. I ain't make my face up enough. Fingernails all messed up.
Is that why you look like that?
Yeah.
I'm so used to you with
Yeah,
every day.
He said he don't see me.
Is he giving the right address?
Yeah. I guess he didn't get out the car. I don't know if he's sitting in your car, because I don't know what your car looks like.
He's not in the garage, is he?
No.
Let's start the show, and I'll go. I mean, no, don't start the show.
Want me to run down there real quick?
No, I do the bathroom anyway.
He didn't get out his car. That's what that was. Man, you're going to be sitting outside. I ain't going to try. You say you're here? That means you're here. It's away from it. Sorry for inconvenience.
Sorry.
I ain't had nothing else to do but sleep. They don't know I ain't up this late. I get a burger. I'm up with the burger.
Oh, I'm a late one.
I have water if y'all need it. You want the water?
Nah.
I got my spike coffee.
Y'all, now, if you get invited, be here. When you say you're here, be outside. I'm not looking for you. Alright. So, I guess you can sit. You mind if you sit there because, like, literally.
I can get up.
Okay. No, it don't. If you want. That's what.
We both the boys. Give him the whole show. Both parties.
He's gonna have to come on, man.
Said I ain't playing. I'm gonna get another.
He was supposed to call in, and then he said he's going to stop paying. I think it would have been better if he called in. But it is what it is.
I haven't even played my own track yet.
This your track? This is nice.
I ain't played none of my tracks yet. I ain't been out the way. So I've been making stuff.
Okay. Well, you need to let the people in radio land know that that you haven't been playing.
Huh?
Like, yeah, let people say it over the air. I'm gonna ask you about it.
What?
You know, where's the next time you're gonna
Uh-oh.
play? And it's like, are people able to book you? You know, so at least that way, shoot, promote.
I don't get all into that stuff no more.
Did you see him? Okay.
Is he so
He didn't get all his card, did he? All right. You now. Sit down. You on like right now. Yeah. Put the headphones on.
Because he kept having to turn it up. That's
I just
the story.
mastered that.
Good thing that turn it down. Turn it down.
We ready?
Yes.
We ready?
Yes.
Hey, man.
Hello. Hello out there in Radio Land. How are you? Once again, thank you for tuning in to the Thommy Davis Show. I am your co-host, Tracy Stevens, and that is...
You know what it is. It's DJ Thommy Davis on the air.
Whoop, whoop. Finally, I'm telling you.
Hit my mic right. Hit my mic right. It don't sound right. There you go. There you go. A little bit more.
And I gotta turn you all the way up.
It's my show. Turn you down.
It's all the way up. Nothing can stop us. We're all the way up. How are you doing today? Today was a Monday.
Oh, it's really good. You know what? Hey, that did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good day. I finished my next book.
That's great.
Yeah, so that, it was
so
real good.
We gotta get that publisher up in here so,
Yeah.
We can get some things done.
So, wait a minute, didn't I cut the music off? No, I didn't.
No, I don't
I thought I
think
listened
so.
to it delay. I'm sorry. Why you ain't say nothing?
I don't think so. I'm sorry, y'all. That was, but anyway. So thank you once again for tuning in to the Thommy Davis Show. You are
with co-host Tracy. Shady McGrady.
Shady McGrady. That's what I'm talking about. So, you ready to get into the discussion?
Yeah, well, let's explain if you listen to the show. This is what we do. We do a lot of community stuff. We specialize in music and house music. It's doing that in and out thing again, Tracy.
Oh, well.
Don't touch on.
I think because I got you up too high.
No, it's not that. Lance.
So Lance.
We've been working on some situations, y'all. Hold on a second. It's going right, left, in and out.
Oh, the earphones?
Yep.
Okay, because I can hear you clearly.
So
It's
you think
probably
where's the
it's
headphone
probably
plug at?
just your headphones over on that side, isn't it?
Is it plugged in?
Yeah, I mean
Is
it
it
is
plugged in
on, but
all the way?
it's going. Hey, look, here, check it out. It's on, but it's going in and out. It's like left and right, right, left.
Yeah, you hear it?
Sounds perfect to me.
Yeah, it sounds pretty cool to
Okay,
me.
all right. Then it's just a stereo. You know, maybe only got one.
It comes in stereo.
So going back to what I was saying, this show has been taking off, and thanks to we got a lot of people to come in and give their time and stuff like that for the show where we are. We pro Baltimore, but we're global, so you can hit up and you can come in, and we're going to soon step up to the way where you can come on the air with us and from wherever you are. We got guests coming from all over the world. So with no further ado, Shady.
Oh, yeah, of course I'm going to start being shady. Anyway, this guy, even though he's going on first, he was here last. Yes, I'm throwing the shade over there. You, Mr. Late Man. But anyway, look, wait a minute. But anyway, Jay, you're on first. From what I understand, you have a space to activate. Can you give us a little more information about that? You're activating the space, and you just had a event there.
Yes.
And you have something huge coming up on Wednesday as well.
Thank you for having me. Thank you, Sister Tracy.
Oh, it's no
And
problem.
that's Thommy
Davis.
You're
welcome.
welcome.
I interviewed you years ago in the 90s before I had a little VHS hook up.
Really?
That I found it. It's old school anyway, man. Again, I'm Brother Jay from You Decide, Pillar Foundation Upliftment on Greenmount 2520 Greenmount. We just had a nice little chitlin circuit sound garden event Saturday. It was packed. It was nice. Mm-hmm. It was a little fun.
Live music.
And stuff like
live
that,
music. Don't forget that.
Live music, entertainment. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Fixtures in the building. And right now, coming up on 16th, 5 to 8, 2520 Greenmount, we having a big money, respect, and power. Power, money, respect. Brought to you, me, myself, Brother Jay, and Brother Dern. He's the host. So we're talking about power economics, life insurance, how to get your, your IULs and all that stuff like that, and investments. Just building up because we have a little change today. We got to stretch these little coins we got. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's rough out here. I'm trying to learn. I'm new at this. So we got some people coming from showing you how to make money in travel, things like that. And I'll say so.
You got to come back there. You got to come back here with some of that.
Yeah, I'd love to, man. Yeah, we got the Easter party this Sunday coming up.
So let me ask you this question as far as the finances and stuff is concerned that's going to be brought out. And, today it's turbulent times as far as the stock market and things of that sort. I know right now people are looking to build a little, nest egg where, it really can't be touched because now you have your 401ks, they're going up and down. And if you're at the point where you can retire, a lot of people are on edge like, oh my goodness, what does this dude want to do? Turning the stock market on and off. Would you have anybody to give advice about building wealth, securing wealth, and also probably even pulling people up and together, making a little tribe for you to make sure that, we'll be able to uplift just not us, our family, but show other people how to uplift themselves.
I know exactly what you're saying. In fact, we have some guys there specializing in those things. If I'm saying it right, I think it's IULs, Index Universal Life. That's the best policy to start investing in because it's tax-free and it's more protected than the 401ks. So that's the main thing we're targeting on right now. And gold and silver, actual tangible items right now.
Right.
And what to invest in, the little coins we got and pull out stuff like that because like you said, it's tricky. Everything's tricky. It's so imbalanced. So we have some people there. Okay. We got a couple of scholars there right now. And, our brother Dern Pryor, he's licensed for that. Mm-hmm. He's going to be the main maestro of this conduction.
Well, you refer to Dern Pryor. I'm sorry, I didn't ask you that.
No, I don't say no.
Would you like to give the information out just quickly to make sure that, people know where they're going, how they're going, and also, what time it starts and things of that sort?
Okay. April the 16th, 2025, 2520 Greenmount Avenue from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Refreshments, what we serve.
And we got vendors gonna be there, you know what I'm saying, expressing their company and what they do, and et cetera, of how to build wealth. It's about building wealth. That's what it's about.
Okay.
Taking chances and finding which way we can make it happen.
Wow.
It's the free empowerment seminar. It's the first phase of it. On the day you're in place, we have auto insurance too.
Oh,
Yeah, he's going to show you how to work the auto insurance. There's things we don't know that we can change. So we need that. We need to find every escape, every loop we can
mhm.
to save money. I know I do.
I know.
I'm broke. We're wealthy, but we're broke.
So you know what? Wealth isn't all about money.
That's right.
But I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I wouldn't say no. I need to. I can't hear nothing. I mean, it's going in and out. But
okay.
no, but y'all said it's fine. It's fine. I don't need to hear myself. No, I'm fine.
Okay. All right.
Man, that's this Wednesday.
Yes. Yeah. We plan on doing something May 3rd. It's not etched in stone yet. A house festival, and we got to get with you on that. We're gonna do more of those. I know alternate days coming that day too, but ours will be from 8 to 12. If we have it, we'll find out by Thursday for sure and let you know.
Okay,
But,
definitely.
Yeah,
Oh, so wait a minute. So give them the directions again. On here, we noticed that it's best to keep repeating them.
Okay. Yeah. Greenmount 26. We're the Greenmount 25th, across from the Dollar General. Store. It's right there. Greenmount 25th, right across from the Dollar General. It's right there.
Okay. So for the people who aren't from Baltimore that are coming from PG County or something like that, can you give the full address?
Again, it's 2520 Greenmount Avenue, Baltimore, Maryland 21218. Again, 2520 Greenmount Avenue, Baltimore, Maryland 21218. Right in East Baltimore.
Is there a number they can call?
Yes, you can call me direct. 443-449-0176. Or you can call Brother Dern at 443-400-6560.
And it's free.
Free.
Yeah,
it's free.
Y'all hear that? Free.
Yeah, free. If you want to get a booth to set up in your business,
wow.
We got some free scholars there. It's going to be some nice information. It's the first phase of it.
Wow.
We need it.
Okay.
I know I need it more than anybody.
Yeah, we need it. We need it.
Yeah, I'm saying, yeah, we need it. Everybody needs it, especially if it's free 99.
So let's ask some personal questions. How'd you get to be this guy doing stuff for the Baltimore community?
God put me in position for this, man.
Great answer.
We've been doing PVP, part of our production. We're doing shows for the community since '89. Johnny Jackson, Jay White, Cousin, all of us. Yeah. We always did rap. We appreciate the rappers like Slick Rick. We own stuff. We dance, sing, pop. We have free concerts, and then when they get there, we sign petitions against policies we didn't like, and have people drop their names and stuff like that. So it's kind of like tricking the people to their freedom. We give them information they need, the hellfire, stuff like that. You got to bring them in. Yeah,
I get it.
You don't want me on my soapbox about calling your legislator.
No, stop her.
Call your legislator. If you don't like what's going on, call your legislator. They pay. You pay them. They work for you. I'm just saying.
So, Johnny, I did a video with you with Johnny.
Johnny did another video. I did a video with you before him. It's like early 90s. He was at the we was on Saratoga and Park in that record shop.
Okay, yeah, Music Liberated. Right.
I had my little recorder. I was gonna record me. I said I gotta talk to Thommy, man. Legendary, Basement Boys. You know what I mean? It's nothing like that. And it's VHS tape, so it's old.
Well, you still got it?
Somewhere I gotta find it. So I gotta find it. It's a classic, man.
It's a classic, right? But then we working on this movie, man. We got we're trying to find those kind of clips to tell the story of Baltimore and house. Yeah. This is a copy of it.
Yeah, I gotta get that. I was thinking about that. I said, man, I was interviewing the brother, man, for a long time ago. He was nice enough to go and give me an interview, with nobody like, man, speak, tell me what's going on, you know what I mean? So
that's me. That's me. If we don't share, there's nothing we can do.
That's right.
So, so tell me where you want to go. Where is the 5-year goal?
Okay, I'll be real with you. I want to put together a telethon for reparations. I got this idea. Kush, Kingdom Under Supreme Heaven. And just like Dubai was built on the water, sand, we can do the same thing. You know what I mean? We can make a spot for ourselves like Israel. And so with this telethon, we would go ahead and sing, dance, everything you got, we can bring your table and everybody put in. You know what I mean? We show you what we buying around the country, around the world. It shows what we're going for, the target date, the amount of money we collect is all visible. You know what I mean? It's open. You know what I mean? It's transparent. That's the goal.
Yeah.
And we can do that starting here. 'Cause everybody,
That's
we
a
need
great
something.
idea, man. Count me in. Don't forget me when you do that.
I'm not. We all need each other, man. This is what we need. We need our own. We need reparations. If it's about reparations, we ain't feeling it. That's it.
Well, add us to your community.
That's right.
And come back on and talk about it. I don't care. You come every week. Just say, let's talk about it again.
So it's decided.
Yeah, done. Done.
Whenever you have more things to do, I mean, that you're doing, more things to tell the community, because we open this up to the community.
Mm-hmm.
Just come back.
I will. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Give me a text and like I'm on my way, or
You've always been there.
schedule me.
We go back too. She's always the dance princess.
School.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah, she's the truth. Always the moves. She can dance always into the arts. Politics. That's right. Yeah, she's that. So it's a good little thing. Like, I'm proud of y'all, man.
Oh,
thank y'all for having me. This is wonderful.
Thank you so
I
much.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
Again, y'all come out this Wednesday, 5 to 8, 2520 Greenmount 25th.
And how much does it cost?
Free, y'all.
And what's the time again?
5 to 8 p.m. 5 p.m. to 8 p.m.
Oh, okay. I got a studio session, but I can come right after that. Okay.
Yes, I can do. You know what I mean? That's it.
Well, thank you for coming past, and thank you for coming and writing and being prepared. We really appreciate that. And like I said, the door is open. Anytime you have anything else to talk about, we're here.
And that goes to anyone else out there listening. Hey, if you got a business and you need to talk about it, or you helping the community, you need to just hit us up and just come on in here and do this.
You have to have a business plan. I'm sorry.
No, see, shady. No, I don't care if you got a piece of paper that is a dream. Bring it in here.
I gotta throw shade. I'm sorry, I gotta throw shade. Nope. Nope. Like I'm joking.
Hey, thanks again, man. Thanks for coming through, man.
Okay.
I'm gonna see you Wednesday.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna try to come through Wednesday.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you. Everybody welcome.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah. And Facebook is saying they'll be there too.
Yeah.
So.
All right. So.
Why you keep messing with my mic, Tracy?
No,
I need to sound like Barry White. I don't want to sound like Al DeBarge.
I turned Jay's mic off. No, he actually fixed the mic, and every time you move it, the mic goes up and the mic goes down.
You got it. You take my headphones.
Okay.
Listen to that.
All right.
Yeah, see, you only got one side on your microphone, on your headphones.
No, I can hear it. It was
No,
on both
it's
sides.
only one side working on your thing.
I can hear both sides on your thing and mine.
No.
I can.
This I got do on here.
Oh,
Tracy, you only got one headphones.
Hey. All right. So, since we have time, could you tell us a little bit about the music you were playing?
Oh, yeah, well, that is some music that Greg... See, every time you touch that button, Tracy...
No, that's my mic. I turned it off so you can talk and I can bring you right in.
They trying to make a DJ feel like a fool.
That's
Indeed, I'm deaf. You play music for 40-something years. Yeah, you tend to lose some of the hearing, but I'm hearing one side of everything. So the music was Greg Lewis, and we did this music. Actually, that was his new record, his solo record coming out called. I'm gonna let him pronounce it. Lance, can you come here for a minute? Y'all making me seem like I'm crazy.
Let's do this. Let's switch earphones.
I did.
He did, and he said he can only hear one side, and I can hear both sides on my earphones.
Test 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Is it one side?
Hello.
You can hear me on both sides of their headphones.
I can. Yeah. I can hear both sides. Yeah.
I can
I don't know.
All right, it's time for me to retire.
Try the show.
Yeah. This is two sides.
Musical headphones.
I'm just doing it's the volume.
Your his volume isn't on because I thought you were going to talk about well, his mic isn't on. I thought you were talking about the music that you were playing. That's why
but I thought we was going Greg last.
Okay, we can do Rashad now.
Everybody can hear. Can you hear too?
I can hear. Can you hear Rashad?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. Can you come up to the mic a little more?
Yes.
Okay, so. Look, I can hear it. But anyway, like I said, a little technical difficulties a little earlier. So our next guest is the world-renowned Rashad Staton. You have been all around the world.
Yes.
You've talked in Africa. You educated people about the actual welfare programs and the projects that we have built here in Baltimore City. You work for a nonprofit.
Yes.
You have your own nonprofit.
Yes.
What is it that you haven't done?
Yes, be the president
That's
of
a
the
lot.
United States and beat Barack II to be the first black president of the United States. That was a goal.
Okay. Well, you know what? I am waiting so I can elect you as the mayor. I'm just saying because I think you would do great things for the city of Baltimore.
Hey, I receive it.
Well, let's start it at this. I know I just said a lot of things about you, so why don't you introduce yourselves to
Hey,
our
peace,
audience?
peace and blessings. We're out there, Radio World, Power Forte, Thommy Davis, Tracy. Thank you for having me. I'm Rashad Staton, self-proclaimed catalyst of change, native Baltimorean, born, raised, educated, service-minded, and will retire from Baltimore, doing the work of positioning myself and those alike to be at the decision-making table. Anything that directly impact our communities, I think that we are worthwhile to be there, to use our voice, to lend our resources, to collaborate and continue to build fruitful communities. That's who I am. I'm a person that sees solutions over problems. I'm a person that sees the talent and the gifts in everybody. And being a former athlete, I know how to build a stronger team to win whatever we go to accomplish in life. So that just encompasses everything I do. I'm a man of many hats. Second generation art collector, nonprofit, executive director, national thought leader, 7-time fellow, a dad, a fiance, and just a proud native son of a large family of pioneers in different industries. And I think I'm just one of the youngest ones that's coming from this fruitful tree.
I got one word. What? Man,
Now you see why I had to have him on?
you told me you wasn't coming.
Oh, no. I didn't know. Yeah, he had to clear the schedule for us.
Man, you're an amazing guy, man. I mean, so
Wait a
far.
minute, hold up. And he loves house music.
Yes.
Just
That is
saying.
literally
Just
house
saying.
music and club music.
Yeah.
Top tier. Born and raised around it.
Man, you just said a whole mouthful of stuff, man. It's like, you know what? You need to step up into legislation, man. Run for Senate. Do something.
Yeah, so I'm actually a Democratic Central Committee member for the state of Maryland, Baltimore City right now. I am actually a political consultant, so I do a lot of policy work behind the scenes. It's not really who has the title, but who has the influence and actually who holds the pen to legislation. I think those are the ones that retain the most power.
Listen to the way this brother talk.
Listen.
Oh, no, I vote for you.
Listen, you ran for the 12th district?
Yes.
90,
You did? Okay.
90 days.
90-day campaign.
And you came in what?
I came in fourth place.
Yeah.
And tied. I came in fourth place out of 9. I ran in 90 days, the shortest campaign. I was one of the youngest Democratic candidates of that time in 2016. I came from being in 10th place to 4th place and tying with good brother Gary Crum, because me and him both took a grassroots approach of knocking on all of the public housings in the East Baltimore district. I didn't go up to Remington. I didn't go up to anywhere else. I knocked on every door of all the 4 housing projects that are located in the 12th district. And I was able to get our people, me and him, our people to turn out the vote.
Wow.
Impressive, right?
This is what this show needs. This is what.
Yeah.
This is it. This is it.
So again, let me get on my call your legislative.
There we go.
They want to know what you want. They want to know what you're talking about. I keep saying, if our federal taxes aren't going to the right place, we need to stop paying federal taxes. Of course, have them take it out of your check, but withhold it until they do what they're supposed to do. If they're taking away Medicare, and a lot of people don't really realize that they're going to take away Medicare because Medicare is named different things in each state.
Mm-hmm.
So if I say, you know what, I'm taking away your Toronto healthcare, that's actually Medicare. You need to inform yourself. You need to listen to what these people are saying. And you need to call your legislators and tell them this is not okay. It's not okay.
Views expressed on this program are not those of powerful one. Already know this.
All right, I'm off my soapbox now. But
Brought to
anyway.
you by Shady McGrady, where you can make a difference. Man, please go on to
So
for the listeners out there. You got a lot of people. Like I'm starting to find out it's a lot of powerful people like yourself.
Yeah.
So you explain some of the process. Where you want to go? Where do you want to be? What is one of the things you think you can achieve that maybe us and everybody else can help you do?
Yeah, I'm grateful to say I've manifested about 80% of everything that I got in life.
Wow.
Just the power of manifestation, thinking, believing, and acting on it, and keeping yourself grounded in a higher purpose in God. So I'm grateful for that. Much of what I accomplished, I set out to do by the time I was 16 years old.
Wow.
My goal is to achieve it by 45 and retire and travel the world and just have passive income like the other gentleman talked about earlier, by just building different industries and revenue generators, which I'm actually getting to practice with all the multiple hats that I do occupy. Like I said, my initial goal is to be a president of the United States. But the thing that shifted my mind from being a professional athlete at Dunbar High School to where I am now was I worked on Capitol Hill at 16 years old, and I got to work on the Capitol floor and see the power of legislation on the Capitol. And I wanted to then aspire to be a U.S. congressman because I worked under the tutelage of the Honorable Elijah Cummings, right? Wow. So, and even in that aspect, I can't go for that until I'm 35. I'm 33, right? So I still got some time to mold, shed, reflect, and grow.
Oh man, I got a chance to work with Mr. Cummings in Capitol Hill, trying to do stuff with the music industry, and wow, that guy.
Yeah, he's a powerful guy.
He don't get half the credit and acknowledgement that he's done.
I actually met him in Safeway, and he ended up teaching me how to pick corn, and then he actually started talking to me about things, and I ended up going to his office that's down in there. I think it's off of Howard Street.
Offices, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, off of Howard Street, and he was putting a lot of things in me that I didn't realize that actually led me to where I am today.
Wow. Did he pay for your groceries in the supermarket?
No. Because he was like, what are you doing? I was like, I don't know. He's like, you're supposed to look at it. I was like, corn is corn. And then, that was something else.
Yeah.
But I know when I talked to you last time, you were talking about getting events together. Would you like to talk about the events that you have going on, or let the people know that they can actually show up to these events and take part of what's going on?
Yeah, most certainly. Thank you for that. Again, I wear multiple hats, different titles, but I'm just more proud to be a public servant and a catalyst of change. I'm proud to announce that me and my dad, who is the founder of More Than a Shop, which is a cohort of barber shops and beauty salons and nail tech beauticians and business owners across the state of Maryland, we just got awarded the MTV Mental Health Action Day. So we will be hosting a citywide mental health day summit at Care First at Mondawmin Village on May 15, 2025, basically from 3 to 7 p.m. All ages, adults, and young people school ages is allowed to be at this space. We're activating it. We was awarded a grant, $15,000 from MTV to host an event. They're hosting it all across the country, and we're the ones that's hosting it in Baltimore on that day. We was awarded out of 697 applications, and we are bringing together over 20 community organizations and entities that are working together to host panels, live activations, workshops, one-on-one free therapy and counseling. Right there, different art activations to express everything.
You know what? I know my Lance is gonna tell me if you're not this close to that microphone, and you hear yourself loud, that's perfect.
Okay.
Because that's what he told me last week.
Oh, you can bring it towards you.
Got you.
Right.
Yeah. So again, on like May 15th, we doing this Mental Health Action Day, powered by MTV in collaboration with More Than a Shop, Epic Art Universe, and 20 other community collaborators, those that's already been doing the work. We're putting all of our great minds and resources together to service over 200 plus people. We're excited about that. Again, that's May 15, 2025. It more than likely will take place at the Care First, located at Mondawmin Village Center, who has been a proud supporter of our initiatives. So I'm proud of that as well. 9 days later, I am Executive Director for Community Law in Action. It is a nonprofit organization that teaches young people 14 to 24 years old around leadership, advocacy, and policy and development, right? And we're hosting our first fundraiser of this organization that's been around for 23 plus years. We're one of the longest active nonprofit organizations. I've been an ED for 3 years, the youngest, second Black-led ED of this organization, and we're bringing together out of the last 6 years the first fundraiser. We're hosting that on May 24th, which is a Saturday. It'll be the same week of Preakness.
Yeah.
Right, so we get to celebrate Baltimore's rich history as well as understanding how to invest in our next change agents of tomorrow and the present day. That'll be taking place at Elements Lounge and Bistro. It's called an anti-gala, where it won't be too stuffy. No one's expected to be in tuxedos and things of that sort, but we give it a more chic style to hear from our young people. Our organization is intergenerational, which means all of our young people are actual paid employers of our organization.
Wow.
So we teach them up and pay them because we believe that everybody's voice should come with an invoice. And I can't tell you to enact change and not know how to collect change when you go back home.
Yeah.
I told you.
I thought I was busy, man.
I told you.
thought I was busy, man. It's an honor to meet you, man.
It
Listen,
runs in the
is there a
family.
website that people can get all this information? Because,
Yes,
a
yes.
lot of people.
So the MTV Mental Health Action Day in Baltimore will continue to have live coverage from WJZ and probably even some national coverage from MTV. You'll hear about us on the radios. You'll hear from WJZ. You'll hear from you all again as we get closer to the date.
Exactly.
So that'll be a lot of marketing and promotion behind that. The collateral is being built right now as we speak. And for the Community Law in Action 20-plus year anti-gala fundraiser that the organization is leading, that'll be May 24th, 2025. And you can find more information at all of our social media platforms. It's called clearyouth.org or Clear Youth, right? So that's CLIAYOUTH. And our website is clearyouth.org.
All right. I have one more question. When you give these events, right?
Mhm.
Can I come and do the percolator and across the stage? Be like, it's time for the percolator.
Yeah, most definitely. Why not have fun? We're gonna dance. I think we all know that dancing is a calming mechanism to anybody that's dealing with mental health, right? And then I
Definitely.
ain't never gone to a gala or a fundraiser where you wasn't able to dance and cut the rug either. So that's why we call it an anti, so that we can celebrate and still be ourselves.
Oh, art therapy, man. It's starting to become really a big mechanism.
Yes.
Yeah.
I got one of the biggest festivals in Baltimore, and it ain't nothing but happiness. People smiling.
Yeah, I'm sure she done brought me to them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure
Yeah.
she brought me to them in years, so I probably
Yeah.
known you from afar.
Yeah. Collective Minds. He's
That
the
makes
one that
sense.
was. And then you met Teddy.
Yep.
Yeah. So He's
Actually, me
around.
and my mom showed up last year.
yeah.
That's what I like about it. You know what I mean? It's family.
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of people come on. This year, we got it. I can announce this now.
Okay.
August the 31st,
Okay.
Port Covington, and September the 20th for the African American Heritage Festival in Towson.
Yes. Okay. I'm
So-
in there too.
Yeah.
You
so
ready to come
I'm gonna be
swim?
calling you, man, for a whole bunch of stuff, man, because
No
I
problem.
think we got to do something. We can't sit here and just not. If we at least can build a bond and we start gathering ourselves together. So when there's a call,
Yes.
we're together.
Yeah.
I agree.
We're part of your community.
I'm a part of the village. We
Yeah.
each other's Calvary. I believe that.
There you go. Right.
But we're not the community that's going to stand together and hold hands and say kumbaya. We're going to fight.
I'll sing Kumbaya, you fight.
No, call your legislators. Sounds like I'm joking. I've been saying
Man,
that
thank
for a
you so
long
much,
time.
man.
Thank
Any
you
final
so
words
much.
you want to say? Something you want to reach out?
How can they?
Tracy?
I'm sorry.
Calm down. Breathe. anything you want to finalize with or something like that? Because obviously you got many hats, many things. And I know we can't cover them.
And thank you. I want to shout out to you all for bringing it together, to bringing a lot of legends and a lot of different people from different walks of life to give a platform to highlight ourselves, but to also honor and give it back to y'all. So thank you.
Man, no, thank you, man. And everything is a purpose. Everything
Right.
has a purpose and a reason.
Everything,
We've
yeah.
been trying to do this for 3 years. We just sat on it.
Let me ask you a question. Where can they find you?
All of my social medias is my name, Rashad Staton. I'm on Facebook, Instagram. I am on LinkedIn, right?
Yeah.
All of the organizations, again, are clearyouth.org. That's the website. More Than a Shop is MTAS. Baltimore, you can follow that to the work that we do with barbershops, beauty salons, and public health. I have a collaboration and a partnership with the Health Department and Behavior Systems Baltimore, where we do KOD, Kids Off of Drug Substance Abuse, entertainment and educational program. We go across Baltimore City public schools and independent charter schools, and we teach the power of music to revert them from the poisons that's being promoted throughout airways to give them more conscious music. Sipping paints, juicing paints, we recreate NPR Tiny Desk concerts in the schools, right? And the last collaboration I want to highlight is the Epic Art Kickbacks and Summits that we go across the nation, and particularly every county in Maryland. And we have one in Prince George's County this Saturday. We'll be coming back to Baltimore. But again, even in the space of the national work and what Agent Orange is doing with DEI work, we're still practicing and lifting up the importance of equity.
Wow. When do you sleep, man? When do you
I
sleep?
took a 30-minute nap before I got here.
Oh, real quick, you mentioned Africa, man. Tell me about because one of the things about this show is the uplifts other people that believe that right now they always see negative images of negative reflections of what we are, but when they see somebody like you just doing things, it only encourages them. So tell them about Africa, because a lot of people in Baltimore don't even have a passport.
Yeah, so I went to Africa 2 years ago. I went for the Christmas holiday coming into New Year's, so I brung in the New Year's in Sierra Leone. 7-day travel. I went with me and my fiance to celebrate one of her closest and college friends. He got married. His family is from there.
Okay.
And we got to see a traditional wedding, right? And we got to see the more formal wedding, which was beautiful. And you got to see how they value the woman and call her a flower. And you honor the giving and sacrifices. We got to see the community. It's beautiful. You got to see the land in itself and how it's different industries and what they create as you go higher up from down those that are by the water and call the coastal and the shipping and the farming folks. It was beautiful. We got to pay the tuition for one of the entire schools there. That was one of the things that a large party of young men. I'm a man of Omega, and I went down there with the brothers from Cheney University. And that was his pledging chapter. So I went down there. We all paid towards the tuition of one particular school for a year and a half. That was beautiful. We got to see the school and things of that sort. And it was beautiful. And I got a $10 lobster, fresh grabbed out of the water. You could not beat it. But it also taught me one thing of the American privilege that we have.
Mm-hmm.
Right, especially as Black Americans. And when you go over to other places, and again, Africa's not downtrodden. It's not a space of full of poverty and full of jungles. It's well developed.
It is.
Conscious people, beautiful people, good spirited people that welcome you and bring you back to where our lineage and heritage is from. But it taught me one thing, that we ain't really poor.
Nope.
We just make poor decisions.
Yep.
Right, and once we learn how to actually see money as a thing that we have and as an asset, we start to move it differently. So that was a wake-up call and a transformation for me mentally, but also culturally and globally. And I'll be returning soon.
Wow, man! Again, wait a minute. I'm giving Tracy a chance. She's not saying.
Y'all already know what I want to say.
Thank you for coming in here, man. I got a feeling we're gonna see a lot more of you. And off air, I'll talk about some of the things that I'm trying to do, and I think we're on the same kind of page and different things. So, you know what? It's an honor.
Yeah, and we would like to extend the same open invitation to you. Anytime you have anything going on, send a text. Yeah. We'll get you on here.
Or a rep from Clear. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe not you. Right.
With the mouthpiece. You just see them. They're strong. Most of the time, I don't even speak at this point. They can do their own justice.
Well, maybe we should have the Clear people here.
That's what I just said.
And, have them take over while we stand back.
You trying to replace me or something? You can't throw the old people out in the
pasture. You'll do the music.
We've been on 1 month.
We can sit and stand beside each other.
Yeah.
Share the mic and pass.
We'll stand behind. Like, hey, this is their thing. We're going to be in the back, because we can make this the learning lab,
We don't want to learn it yet. We don't. Tracy.
I know this part. Click, click.
That's it. Hey, brother.
And I know how to turn off the mic. Anyway, thank you so much. We really appreciate you making time, honestly.
Oh, Tracy, here we go. You know this guy right here.
Like, you need your own theme song.
Well, one of the first songs that played, the last one was his newest record that's out right now, and And me and this guy go back at least 30, 35, 40 years, maybe more than that. But he is instrumental in a whole bunch of stuff, not besides just me and a bunch of other stuff. And what he missed, I will tell you. But his name is DJ. That's what he likes to be called. DJ Greg Lewis, man. Welcome to the show, bro.
Wow.
Wait.
Yay.
Everybody.
Calm down, y'all. Calm down. Shut the door. Shut the door. Boom.
Really good. Wow. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Greg, introduce yourself, and let's talk about just some of the things. I know he's a really quiet guy. To have him on the show is amazing because he's a humble and real quiet guy.
Very much so.
Okay, so to introduce myself, I'm Greg Lewis, studio owner, engineer, songwriter, producer, those things, DJ, fireman.
Yeah. Right. Fireman. Right.
Retired fireman. Let's put it that way.
How many years?
27 years. Then I retired. Did all the medic stuff and all those type of things. What can I say, Tommy? We've been going a long time, brother.
Well,
Me and this guy.
Yeah.
And we had no grade when we started.
Yeah. I mean,
so it's been a while.
So, Greg, you work with a lot of people, not just me. You work with Spin. You work with Jasper Street. You work with Teddy. You work with, I don't care who they are, from Ann Nesby to Richard Burton to, you are a man of wealth. And I know you're going to miss some of this stuff, so I'll just jump in. So,
Wait, well, I'm stopping you first, because the latest song I have out right now is with DJ OG and Greg Lewis. See, you missed that one.
I ain't know about that. You got secrets.
Yeah, I got secrets. That's called The Clap. The song you were talking about, Hoo-Ah.
That's how you say it.
If you're from Baltimore, you say Hoo-Ah.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So that's the latest track that's on Quantize Recordings, and that's really moving up chart. I was really surprised that took off like it did.
Yeah.
I'm glad you guys took a chance on that one. That's a really I didn't think you guys were gonna like it, but hey, you knew better than me.
I told you it was hot.
Because you guys really made it good. Then before that, we had Overpower.
Yeah.
Which I think if you haven't gotten that song, you're sleeping a good one. That's a really, really, really nice song. Move Ya was a little bit before that. What else did we have, Tommy?
Magic Friday,
yeah. Color the Bongo.
Oh,
Yeah. We had a few things.
You listen to a lot of stuff. Y'all write this down. A lot of stuff.
Yeah. We had a few things that came out.
Hot was.
Yeah. That was back there. So sometimes, you know what? By the time I'm finished with them, I won't play them because I'm so tired of hearing them because it takes me so long in the studio to get them where I want them.
Yeah.
And so by the time the general public is listening to it, it's like I'm on to the next song, and then somebody else will play it in the nightclub, and I go, "Oh, that's me."
That's rocking.
That's rocking.
Right.
Why don't I play that song? So a lot of times that's what happens. You'll go out and then it gives you that, it refreshes it in your mind, and then you go home and you play it because, hey, I just heard this on a large system and I saw the reaction of the crowd, and then it makes it new again for me. But by the time it comes out, usually I'm so tired of it because I've heard it every which way you can think of.
100 times we've heard it. Okay.
To get it right, this is all in the process of trying to create a song, trying to get it right, trying to get all the pieces in the right place, in the right order, so that it actually is a song instead of a track.
Yeah.
Instead of a loop, a 4-bar or 8-bar loop or 8-measure loop, we try to, arrange it. So through an arranging process, you take a lot of listens to it. I may be walking around in the morning, eat breakfast. I'm listening to this thing, trying to say, hey, later on the day, I got to do something with this. So what parts are bad? What parts are good? What parts can I live without? What parts can I put back? So those things. And then it goes through a transition where what we started with probably isn't what we're going to end up with.
Yeah.
At times.
Man, Greg, besides what I didn't mention, Sophonics.
Yeah, Sophonics, yes.
Legendary, I mean, and infamous Jose Clowney. We had this group called Sophonics, and we was blowing stuff up all around the world doing this. And Jose was a minister of music in church, and he just had this talent for just taking anything we do and switch it up and bring it and give us a whole musical keyboard, more than keyboard, a more lesson in music. And we lost him about what, 3 years ago?
Yeah, yes. And I worked with this guy. I mean, this was every week, twice a week for 10 years.
Wow.
You know, so the things that we didn't record are probably way better than the things that we recorded. You know, you know, the concert before the studio session. You know, if we sitting around, I mean, he could just. It was more or less name your song and he would play it. You know, and I meant that was from everything from you know, Little Fugue and G Manor. You know, so he can do you know some symphony type of things to, you know, country. He could do, you know, jump right back into Stevie Wonder, you know, and then next thing you know, he's playing some EDM type thing, you know. So this guy was just incredible.
Didn't he work with Bad Boys? He did the keys
Yes,
for
yes.
Faith Evans.
He did. Well, he not only did that, he did what was the very first one? That was Faith. The guy that became a pastor, I can't think his name.
Montel Jordan?
No, that was what.
Mace.
Mace.
Okay.
Yeah, he did all those things too. He used to ride around up in New York and go to the different studios.
Move closer to the mic a little bit, Greg.
Yeah, he would ride around in New York, go to different studios, and clear the samples. So if you were sitting in the studio and you had sampled someone's song and you were trying not to actually pay for the sample, he would twist it, you know, play it a little different, and twist it up a little bit, and off to the next studio. You know, so that's how that rolled, you know, for years.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
This guy would come work in the studio, go do a choir rehearsal, go do a church reception, go do this, come back, and I never heard him gripe. Even in the last days when he was pushing his health, he just never griped.
Yeah, he always said, I can't work under these conditions.
That was his tagline.
So yeah, but we all miss him, you know. I mean, if you ever listen to any of the early Crystal Water stuff, hey, that's all Jose sitting on the back of a lot of that stuff. Too.
Yeah.
You had Neil at first, and then you had Jose did some of the stuff too. So a lot of those songs, I mean, they're classic songs, you know, and then even in the gospel community, you know, when they used to have the gospel concerts coming to Baltimore, he would be the musical director for all of them.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, he's an awesome dude.
So after that, wait a minute, didn't you win an award for something? Watch this, y'all. Watch this. Which one?
You always put people on the spot. Yeah, we were nominated. We didn't win. We were nominated for a Grammy.
Okay, for what song?
Pray for You with Louis Vega, the remix.
Louis Vega.
Wow.
Okay.
We also did the original, so we did the original too. Now we did Teddy Douglas. So and then when we did the remix, they came in and did the remix. We all did the remix right here in Baltimore. Did them out in the studio, and that was pretty interesting to be nominated.
Wait a minute, hold up. You're saying that some great stuff came out of Baltimore? Everybody isn't living like The Wire? That's stuff you're trying to say.
I mean, for those out there that listen that might not understand how the music industry works, that is such a huge honor to get all the way up to nomination in the Grammys.
Oh yeah. I mean, just to be nominated is it. You won at that point.
You won, right? It's millions of songs.
Yeah, because you got to figure in an average week, we talking way more than just United States. Mm-hmm. You're probably going to have about 70,000 songs people submitting somewhere.
Wow.
Somewhere in some type of genre of songs that are being submitted, for release. Now, out of those, we don't know how many get released, but, just people with this dream of making music. And that's really what it is. It's a dream of making music. Like sometimes I'll go to sleep and wake up and will have to hum into my phone.
Yeah.
I do that
You
too.
know,
Yeah.
because I had this in my dream. They were dancing to what I was saying. You know,
Yeah.
so I'll wake up. My phone always stays near my bed. You know, so I will get up and hum and go back to sleep. You know, and get up in the morning and write the song. You know.
And that's what I do with my artwork sometimes. Now, I actually have a sketch pad not too far from me. So, if I get something comes to me, I sketch it out. Sometimes I got to look at it in the morning to figure out what it actually is. But I wake up in the middle of the night, sketch.
I mean, for me, honestly, I think I'm guided by a personal God that kind of in my sleep, He's not blocking the outside world. So when I wake up, I get answers that I didn't go to sleep with. You know what I mean? I wake up and I'm saying, okay, wait a minute. All the books I've written came in a dream. You know what I mean? Not the whole book, but enough to say to push you, like push me in a certain direction. Music too. Came to the studio and said, "I want to do this." The song was in a dream. I was dancing to it. I saw a whole club of people dancing to this song. It's like, so I always give the credit to a higher power. You know what I mean? It's like, I can't figure out why this stuff happens. You know, and stuff
And
like
here's
that.
another crazy little thing that I've done. I've actually made music for a toy.
Oh,
It was
toy?
called
kinda
yeah, it
cool.
was called Brush Time Bunny. It was for a dentist here in Baltimore. She had a dream, idea of if I had this little toy with Bunny with a toothbrush in his hand, and the song would play for 2 minutes, but long enough for you to brush your teeth.
Oh, that's
So
cool.
so that was it.
That's really cool.
So we actually did a jingle like for a toy called Brush Time Bunny, and that was pretty. Well, we had to send it across, to overseas where they were making the toy and
What?
have it mastered for a little small speaker, that was inside the toy, so it had to sound good for that. Just
That
little
was
things,
real cool.
little things that walk through the door, and people have, these dreams that they want, and as an engineer, they ask you, hey, can you accomplish this? And that's what I think engineers do. They try to help
Yes.
people realize their dreams.
Yeah.
Make magic.
Yeah, and producers do the same thing. All producers don't even play music. Some of the best producers don't play. They know how to get the best out of those who are in the room.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And allow them to express themselves without crowding them. And that's a skill.
It's a big skill. I mean, I explain to other people that's in music or not in music that a producer is like a chef. So he may not cut an onion, he may not fry a steak, but he's the person that ordered the onions, ordered the steak, and told them what to do. Hey, saute this, you cut that up, you do this, and then the final product that comes out is really a team effort. But the producer,
Yeah,
couldn't
he saw the plate
Right.
before he saw the finished plate before you even
Before you even thought about it.
before you
Right.
bought the asparagus.
Right.
You knew how it was going to look on the plate.
So, Greg, first of all, man, as a fireman, you know what I mean? A lot of y'all don't get enough credit for what y'all do. The job is just relentlessly hard and tedious, and y'all running the buildings on fires like y'all crazy. But you do this out of a passion that few people give y'all credit for. So, tell us about your career in the fire department.
Oh wow! I usually don't even go back to that.
I'm
career.
going back.
I usually. Well, once you retire, you try to let your mind forget what your eyes have seen.
Is it painful? I mean, I do it.
So no, it's not painful, but I mean that's what you attempt to do.
I got you.
It takes you a while to get out of that mode of being a fireman. Because you're in a whole different mode. You're when you pull up on an accident, your whole language changes.
Right.
So now it becomes, you're talking like you're talking to a dispatcher, or you're treating just a patient. You're not treating the person is not personal to you. It's a patient. I need to do these things in order for this to have a good outcome. So I can't get, people don't call you up to cry with them. They don't want you to come to the house and, oh yeah, it's terrible. Now I'm crying with you. No, that's the last thing they want you to do. They want you to have some calmness and a direction because they really don't know what to do at this point. So they're looking for you to tell them, hey, this is what we need to do to come out with a good outcome. And so I think that's the hardest part of being a fireman is being able to stay calm, and keep your wits about you, and to pay attention to the small things, because the small things become big things really quick. So if you don't pay attention to the details, then things can go south, east, north, and west in a minute. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So those things that we do in the fire department are learn to stay calm. Even though your adrenaline is at 130, that is the profession with the most heart attacks is the fire department.
I didn't know that.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yes, yeah, because your adrenaline goes from 0 to 100, and then if they say, "Hey, go back in service," it goes back to 0. And then they go, "Oh no, respond again," and you're back at 100. So those things take a while to adjust to when you retire. Not having adrenaline. Like right now, I cannot take adrenaline.
Yeah.
My adrenaline jumps up like that now at my age, man. I'll be shaking all over the place. You know what I mean? So I can't do that anymore. And when you know when to step away. When it's time not to climb up 100 foot anymore.
Well, it's just I don't think a lot of people realize how valuable, how important you guys are. You know what I mean? When y'all show up, y'all are drag a pet out of a house. Out of a house, you know what I mean? Y'all save the property, you do whatever it takes to like it's fundamental to y'all. You know what I mean? It's like you.
Well, it is an order to it. It's
Right.
life then property.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's a choice, we'll choose life before property.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so there's an order to which you do things. Everything in the fire department is not. Nobody just runs in nilly-willy. It matters. It's not like what you see on the movies. It's not. I'm running in with my coat open and saying, "Come on, let's go get it, guys." That's just not the way it works. When you're actually in the fire department, everybody has a certain job depending on which seat you're sitting in the fire engine.
Yeah.
Each chair is assigned a job.
I mean, snow, hail, sleet.
Sleet,
You in the back of that
it
truck,
doesn't matter.
soaking wet,
It
ice
doesn't
falling off
matter.
your nose.
Put your gloves on the pipe and on the exhaust pipe and let them try to drive.
Y'all carrying how much? 50, 60 pounds of equipment on you?
It depends on how many extra tools you carry in your pocket. And then you have because a lot of guys carry a lot of extra things. Everything from some of them have stitched harnesses into their gear, so you got your own personal tools, your own personal flashlights. Even though you got another light with you on your helmet and all that type of thing,
Right.
you have your own certain tools. Officers' prax, you carry that with you. Halligan, your regular axe. So you talking your pack, 35 pounds there. So you talking probably about 60 pounds, 40, 60 pounds in that area that you're carrying extra over your body weight, and then you got to pick up someone that's dead weight.
Oh wow.
You got to have technique to do those things. It's a challenging job, but it's a rewarding job if you do it right. If you have a good crew and you perform your job properly, then it's a rewarding job. I don't regret anything that I've done in it. I stayed there long enough. I think it was time for me to go when I left. And
Well, here's a funny way. You would be on early days. You would work with us in the studio, and still work at the fire department like 4 days in a row.
mm-hmm.
I mean,
Wow.
yeah, and still come record. To set the studio, come in and record.
I stopped recording. I've been recording since I was like 18.
So the two of them on that side, they're working 120 hours a week.
Easy,
Pretty much.
easy,
Mm-hmm.
easy. Know,
Wow.
when I sit and watch him when I be working on studios, he's steady doing stuff like this, and I said, I know what that's from. That's from years and years of dragging hose. And people, people are all weights. They can carry a 300 pound person out of burning fire.
That's true. Some of these
No,
dogs.
you really dragged them. You don't
Drag.
I ain't gonna lie to you, brother.
Some of these dogs are 150 pounds.
Yeah, so every week I had to say, when he was like, "What's nothing?" Like, you know what? I can't work next Tuesday because I have to work a 4-day shift Like, okay, we would move around his schedule, like, all right,
Mhm.
whatever you can. So, I make sure that I wanted to make sure that at least thank you, because
Thank
during
you for
those
your
days,
service.
I had to fight with your wife because, you also got a wife and kids.
Yeah.
So everybody's splitting you up. It's
They're
like,
not kids anymore. They're all grown adults now. With
well,
young
back then they were babies,
Yeah,
though. They
back
were
then they
babies.
young. Yeah. That's how long we've known each other. People, if you really don't understand, me and Tommy talking like we just talk because we've been knowing each other. I mean,
40.
it's been so long, man. Tommy is family in our house. My kids know him. Everybody knows Tommy. This is family to me. And it's very few. I tell people you get a lot of acquaintances in life. You get very few friends.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And Tommy is a friend.
Yeah.
So you get very few friends. We can fuss at each other like we brother and sister
Oh, man.
all the time.
Fist fight almost.
I've been there.
But at the end of the day, it's going to be still me and Tommy. So
Yeah, and we've done a lot of stuff. We got a lot of stuff coming. You know what I mean? So the last record, who am I saying it right yet?
yeah, you said
That's right.
right.
It took a long time for this brother to actually do his own project. And so when he started doing this stuff, I was like, I'm all for it. I mean, I fought him years, and he was like, I don't want to do that. That's not, that's his ability wouldn't let him do it. So now it's out there and it's doing well on the charts. And now I'm actually promoting it, trying to get all the people to help. If you know what, if everybody you ever helped bought that record.
Yeah. Look, a little promotion goes a long way.
Because not only that, you're a computer genius. I could be at a party and say, yo, my computer needs it. Where you at? I was like, I'm at over here, right outside of Columbia.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be there. Did you try this? Like, well, I did try that. Did you try that? I did try that. I did that. I said, no. Did you try this? They said, yeah. I said, no, I'll be there. And he'll come there, and the party is still going on, and the computer is still doing whatever, and fix it. And it's not just me. It's businesses out there you do that with.
I've been doing computers since '88. I was programming microprocessors and things like that to build chips. And then I went to the fire department. That's the weirdest thing,
Yeah.
You go from one field to another. But I've never stopped doing computers. I mean, I've been doing. It doesn't matter what it is, Mac, PC, Linux. It doesn't matter. I've been doing computer system, network systems. I actually owned a company that was doing that for a while. I sold that half of that to my other partner, and I kept the studio side of it. So that's how that went. Instead of Blacklist Media, it was LP Media back then.
So you just give the information you want people to have about you. Now you just mentioned it. I didn't mention it yet because I didn't know whether you want to, because this man is very private, and he don't have no time to get to nobody else right at the moment. But your studio is
Blacklist Media. It's actually a media company. I can do video editing. I don't record the video at all, but I will do the editing and post-production of it. Studio, anything audio, it doesn't matter what type of audio it is. I'll do that, pre-production, post-production. That's it. Yeah, that's what
Wait a minute. What if people want you to come and DJ their wedding or their bar mitzvah?
Well, yeah, we haven't gotten to the DJ part. I used to do a lot of weddings back in the day. Actually, I was the wedding DJ back in the day.
Well, let's go there.
Even a party.
Where'd you come from as a DJ?
Oh, as a DJ? Oh man, like I said,
I know you did the Falcon Blazers for a while because it's a fireman's club. I know, that's easy.
I did that for a second. And Lewiston, I got to play at Giovanni's and all those things back in the day. If y'all don't remember that place, it's an old place. But I was a young kid then. I didn't really know what I was doing, but hey, I spent a few records and had some fun.
I didn't know you spent the Geos.
Yeah, I got to spend some records at there. Jimmy Feaster.
Yeah,
was there. You had the guy on the door. Who was on the door? Porky and Slim used to be on the door sometimes. Yeah, sometimes I've seen him throw a few people through that glass door.
Rest in
He's a
peace,
tough
man.
dude.
Oh,
Yeah, he
wow.
was.
He was a tough.
But a
dude.
nice guy, you meet him in a good
Oh,
situation.
yeah.
Wait a minute, hold up, like Jazzy Jeff style, Fresh Prince.
Oh no,
you
no,
know, just throw 'em out?
no.
Okay.
No.
Let me tell you the story. I was down there we were there one night, and I think it was called Punk Rock Fridays or something like that.
We used to have that.
You know,
remember
remember
that
they had the track tennis shoes, they were blue and all tailored jeans and all that stuff. The blue would come off on the girls. So we were standing there and we see this guy kick the front glass inward, you know, on the door. They had the two doors there and he kicked the glass in. And what you saw next was Slim come back through that glass.
Yo.
Oh, he was a tough.
He
He did not play back then. He was a pretty strong guy then. He picked this poor guy up, man, and I mean, it just was like ragdoll type of thing, man. And I was like, whoa. And we were young guys. I couldn't have been no more than 16.
You weren't even supposed to be in there.
I was everywhere. Let me tell you how when we first started getting into Odell's, it was because we used to ride around and put the flyers up on the building. You know those big cardboard flyers?
The orange, white, and black ones.
The big flyers. Yeah. I used to ride around with my buddy in this orange duster, you know, and we would jump out the car with the big staplers and you know, we hitting these things, put these flyers up because you weren't supposed to put them on the buildings, you know.
Yeah.
So, and on the telephone poles and things like that. We would ride around and do that. And then we would actually get into the club. You know, voila.
Cool.
When we showed up, Jackie didn't say goodnight. She said hello.
Right.
And that was my first experience with getting into Odell's. That's how I got into Odell's. And that was crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, that was crazy back then because I knew people that couldn't get into Odell's.
No.
And I was like, I got in. You know.
Yeah, for those that's maybe overseas, Odell's was like our Baltimore Paradise Garage.
Yeah.
So
Studio 54.
It was the first one too. You know,
it was
first
kind of that
Odell's.
too, right?
Yeah, not that that reopened. The very first one, which I thought was actually the better Odell's.
But you know, you mentioned something that I always like to talk about. I met Slim and I met Lil Melvin,
Mm-hmm.
and while they might have had a street exterior of power, but they were my first early mentors of what a black man can do fearlessly. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I would just be amazed and listen to them talk, and they would talk, and they would just say what they're doing and what they're doing and what they need me to do, and I would just almost be saying yes sir, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because I didn't know another black man like that. I wasn't close where I could talk to him and say, you got several businesses, you know what I mean? When you walk into the room, they stop talking. It's like, wow, that's power.
So for me, I had a dad that was like that. My dad was always stern and kept me on point. He did not have time for those who aren't trying to do things. You know, so if you were out here acting for, he didn't have time for you. And he would tell his kids, hey, see that? Don't do that. You know what I mean? And he meant that. That's all he had to say. And that's how it went, you know. And his running partner actually was Red Fox.
Oh,
Really?
really? Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. His running partner was Red Fox. Red Fox that did balls. So
You
I used to
made me-
drive him around because Red would get drunk. My dad never drank or smoked.
So I'm sitting in the studio with but sitting there through, you know, people think it's all fun. Y'all in there doing music. Like, no, we sitting there a lot of time doing stuff. And you never even told me about this and your father.
Yeah.
But a reason why I brought that up, because when I mention this stuff to a lot of people, they only know the other side. They don't see the black businessman. And I was just really, at first I was afraid. I was afraid of it because of the street connotations. And then when I realized, when they came to me by the time when I was a DJ or I was a dancer for Odell's or stuff, and I got to see them off, you know, on a norm, and they were just as nice and everything. But I normally saw them throwing people through the window.
That's what I usually saw. But they were always nice to me for some reason. I think I have no clue why. You know, I have no clue why. I never had a problem with those guys. They were always pretty nice, you know, and open with me, and that kind of guided me. I guess they saw that I wasn't trying to go and do a whole bunch of crazy stuff. So they kind of, hey, what you doing? I'm doing this, and they kind of pushed me towards, you know, hey. You don't want to go that direction.
I got a Baltimore question.
did you get a chance to go down the sliding board? And
yes.
Tracy, you know about that?
No, I know
the
nothing
sliding,
about
the
that.
sliding board from the back room of Giovanni's to the front room of Giovanni's.
Yes.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah,
In the club.
Yeah, in the
Really?
club. Yes. You remember the lights in the floor?
Yeah.
You remember the stage would open up between the two nightclubs.
Yeah.
So, like when they had Von Mason or someone down there like that, they would open it up so both sides could see,
That's cool.
They had lights that came down out the ceiling that actually was on these bars and
Pascal's, right.
down to the floor. They would bring them down late. The clubs in Baltimore were really, really special back then.
Yeah.
I think that was all up and down the East Coast.
Mm-hmm.
You had a lot of special clubs back then. People were building these huge spaces, and they all had crowds.
I wish I would go back to that.
I don't remember them selling alcohol either, Greg. I don't remember.
But that little punch that was up the front, that came out in that red little punch thing. I mean, everybody.
And Pascal's.
In both of them, Giovanni's and Pascal's. When you came in, you went to the left. The Giovanni's, they had the thing right there. When you came in the door, Pascal's was to the right. But everybody poured a little something in there.
That was great. That sounds like signals with signals. Signals had two punch bowls.
Signals had
one was okay and the other one was not so okay. They didn't tell you which one it was.
Yeah.
You just had to guess.
Yeah,
really?
You wind up little tipsy coming out of there.
Yeah, you had to guess.
Signals was a nice club too, especially with the sheer curtain thing that came around.
That was really cool.
So let me ask you a personal opinion. What do you think happened to the Baltimore black entertainment community?
What do I think happened to it?
Yeah, just your personal opinion. I don't have to. It's just how you feel. You come from it. You are from the roots of it.
Yeah, and I think we didn't. I think we didn't save it. I think we forgot. I think we went too much for latest and greatest and didn't save what we had. Because a lot of it, if you really look back, it's kind of sad to see how Pennsylvania Avenue has changed. And that was historic.
Yeah,
Cat Calloway.
Billie Holiday.
Keep going.
Red Fox came down through there. You had a lot of the
James Brown.
You had a lot of big names that came through there, and those places that they went to, they were some of the first places they tore down. And no one put up a fight to say, "Hey, this is our history, this is our legacy. Why don't we save some of these buildings instead of just putting up a statue of what used to be there?" And we allowed it.
And they're still allowing it. They just did Cab Calloway. It's like, what? Everybody knew it was historic. They fought for it, and they lost.
Yeah.
Like, if it was Babe Ruth, it still would be there.
We saved that house, and actually, Babe Ruth played for the Yankees.
Exactly.
Why we messing around,
But if you would have called your legislators and let them know what was going on.
They did all that for Cab. They did. They tried it. They
Not
fought.
enough.
Here's what we wound up. And I said I wasn't going to talk politics. That's why I was quiet during the first thing, because I really don't like to talk any politics.
But you are.
But I'm going to. I'm just going to say one quick thing. You get what you vote for.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
So remember the biggest voting group in America is the non-registered voter. If they all would register to vote, they would be the most powerful block of humans in the United States.
Non-registered. That means you never had a...
You never registered. And you don't have to vote. You just have to register. They'll be scared of you actually getting out to vote, and they'll do what they need to do. Because so that you don't go out and vote. Just so that you won't get mad enough to vote.
I heard the numbers. The numbers was incredible.
Yeah.
It's like bigger than both parties put together.
Oh, yeah, way bigger than both parties put together. I think it's less than 40% of the people pick what we have.
Yep, that's true. It's less than half.
Yeah. So a lot of times it's just the threat of these people might actually go out and vote that gets things changed.
Yeah.
If you live in a district that's not run well, or you got a lot of vacant houses and things like that, register to vote.
Yep.
It's not saying that you're going to go vote. But register to vote and get as many people in your community to register to vote. And then when they see those numbers, they go, oh, wait a minute, we better do something. Because these people might just vote me out of office. Remember, you are the boss.
Yep.
They work for you.
Yep.
Don't let them tell you anything of it. They march you up and down the street after Freddie Gray, but they didn't march you to the voters registration office. They marched you everywhere except for that.
Yep.
You know, and got you tired enough to go back home and go to sleep.
So wait a minute, you think that non-registered people will march but won't vote?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they do. They do all the time. Did you see all those people?
Anybody that didn't vote voted for Trump. Let's put it that way.
Exactly.
Because you didn't vote against him.
Yep.
Right, that's what it's considered.
That's what it's
I
considered.
saw that.
So a non-vote is a vote for the winner.
Right.
Did you see all the people that came to collective minds after Freddie Gray?
Yeah, it was 5 times the number of,
1/3 of them were registered to vote. 1/3.
And we had every year we try to do it, especially during that period. We had voters registration.
Yeah, and you get a lot of kickback when you do that.
Yeah.
A lot of people, a lot of politicians get upset when you ask them, well, why are you marching these people up and down Pennsylvania Avenue, but not marching them down to the voters registration building?
Exactly.
They wouldn't want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean? Have you asked?
Oh, complacency.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Wow.
Give them little bits of information.
So that's my thing about politics. I'm gonna back up through politics. And one more thing before I go.
Yeah. You ain't
Whenever
going
we
away
get a
yet.
chance, no, I'm on politics.
yeah.
About politics.
Uh-huh.
If you get a chance, anything you can do to change Citizens United, because that's what we're in now. That law that was passed by the judicial system, Supreme Court, Citizens United, allowing companies to be people,
Mm-hmm.
which allows them to have as much money into the elections as you want. And now we don't know where this money is coming from. So if anything, we need to vote people in that will pass legislation, because you can't do it because it's a law. Now you have to pass legislation through Congress in order to subvert this legislation of Citizens United. So that's going to take a major effort, and it's going to take a lot of people being of one mind to say, hey, this is the actual real problem. All these other problems are going to stem from that. But until we get all this money out of our elections, we'll never be able to vote somebody in, because they have so much going on.
Like I said, call your legislator.
Hey,
They
we
work
talk-
for you. They work for you. You put them in office so they can do what you want them to do.
I'm not arguing. That's
You know,
it.
so that's it for politics. Let's back to music now.
No, now I'm gonna have to dart Tracy.
No.
And that's why I didn't want to talk. I rarely like to talk politics, because everybody has their opinion, and everybody has their views on what they think should happen and what shouldn't happen, and that's great. That's what democracy is. A bunch of argument to come to a greater solution.
Yeah.
But if we stop fussing and stop arguing, then we're all doomed. So don't be mad at somebody because they have a different view.
Right. You're right.
Just try to understand their view and try to understand where they're coming from. You don't have to agree with it, but just understand it. And then we'll stop fighting each other and we'll start serving each other.
Conversation and compromise. That's what it's supposed to be about. But if you're not willing to have that conversation, there will never be a compromise.
You're doing good, Tracy.
But
Remember, you have to remember, war is the result of failed diplomacy.
Yeah.
When people stop talking to each other, they start punching each other.
Yeah.
So we need to keep talking before we start fighting.
Exactly.
Okay?
And
Click.
all right, so but on that note, how about you guys together punching that dance floor? Because everything that you guys put out there burns up the dance floor, and not only burns up the dance floor, it makes people sweat out their perms, and I don't appreciate that.
But we try.
That's what it's for. I mean,
We try.
yeah. I mean, like he said, you know what? We might hear a song 1,000,000 times before it even come out. A million times hearing this one song over and over and over again. So about the time it comes out, which could be anywhere from 6 months to a year, we don't even get it. When we watch y'all dance to it, it's like, oh.
Right. So let me ask y'all this question. All right, y'all in the club, y'all playing music, y'all put on that one song that y'all got tired of hearing, and then next thing you know, what you see people falling out, crawling on the dance floor, screaming and yelling, cussing you guys out, talking about tomato, tomato, tomato. Just throwing stuff at y'all because the song is just affecting them that much. How does it make you feel? I know that's
At that, when I'm in the club, I'm really not. I'm grooving with you.
mhm.
You know what I mean? If I'm not dancing when I'm DJing, something is wrong.
Mhm.
So usually I'm partying with you. If I can't party with you in a club, then I'm not really doing my job. I think DJs need to act. When I see a DJ, that's sometimes it's not even what they're playing. It's how they play it.
Yeah.
A good DJ can take a song that I don't even really like and make me like it. And that's the really good thing about a lot of DJs here, at least in Baltimore.
Yeah.
I know we have you can throw a stone in the corner and you're gonna hit 5 DJs in Baltimore.
This
real
is
talk.
true.
And
Real
I mean
Real
talk.
talk.
great DJs in Baltimore. We have some really great DJs. I put a lot of these DJs up against DJs from any place else because we have a lot of great DJs and a lot of them that are unknown to anybody outside of Baltimore and DC, Virginia area.
Yeah.
But they are great DJs. I mean, can manage a floor, hold down a crowd. Yeah, great DJs here in Baltimore. So when I play a song that I play and it takes over a floor like that, I'm partying with you. I'm not thinking, oh, this is my song. I'm thinking,
Yeah.
somebody, this is a song that I'm partying with. So I don't.
Hey, every time I go out of town, they say, "You got any more people like you in Baltimore?" I said, "Do I?
Mm.
I said, they raised that way in Baltimore.
Mhm.
They just come up that way with many mentors. Where I only had Wayne Davis and
But Wayne was all our mentor.
Yeah.
I mean, come on now. This is the
now they got so much.
King
You
of
know what I mean?
Baltimore,
Actually, they even have the net. We didn't have a net.
Mhm.
If I had a Wayne Davis tape, it's no longer good anymore. It popped long time ago.
Yeah.
So in Baltimore, from 16 to 70, you can find a DJ.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
That actually can play multi-genres
Mhm.
or play just one.
Mm-hmm.
So Greg, what's the best party you ever did?
Oh,
The best one as a DJ.
the best party. I don't even think it was in Baltimore.
Okay, that's fine.
It was in Columbus, Ohio, at a roller skating rink.
Really?
Yes. We used to have when I was in college, we made I'm gonna say this now because they can't do nothing to me. We made a fake magazine so that we could use the schools,
Get out.
stuff. Yeah. We never really published the magazine. We just said it was going to be called Trip Magazine, and we never really published it. But we wanted to be able to use the school's equipment and things like that.
Uh-huh.
And you had to have an organization to do it. So we came up with Trip Magazine, and we used that. You know what I mean? So that was pretty cool. And we did a roller skating party and which they call disco then,
Uh-huh.
after the roller skating party.
Okay.
And that was like huge. I don't think Columbus had seen nothing like that. And it was huge. It was I'm telling you, it was so many people, it was scary, the amount of people that was there. And at that point, I was introducing them to stuff that y'all was playing at home because they were a little bit behind us. So I would come home on break and go to like Teddy and say, get the cassettes back then, all the new records. What's this record? What's that record? What's that record? Then I run my butt down Music Liberated, and get all the songs, and then take them back to Columbus and play them.
You live there? Did you live in Columbus?
Yeah.
Never knew that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. So that's how that was one of the.
And you DJ this party. That's why it's the best party ever.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was one of the best. It was just so massive. You know what I mean? It was so massive for a kid back then. You know, thinking, wow, man, all these people came out to hear me. You know?
Wow.
So I was kind of in awe, you know. But it was pretty cool. It turned out
I
really.
don't know
really
how
nice.
we missed where you from. I
Turntables.
just assumed everybody was born in Baltimore.
No, I was born in Baltimore. I went to school there. Yeah, I've always
School, jails, what did you mean?
Off topic though, I was watching the documentary and they were talking about Ohio,
Mhm.
Columbus, and all of that. They're trying to give Ohio, Columbus, and all of that the Penn the funkiest place ever because there was so many funk artists that came out of Ohio. So I know you probably enjoyed that.
Oh yeah, Dayton. If you got about Dayton, you know,
a lot. Funky people were created in Ohio.
What was the name? You know what I'm talking about.
The one with the bush.
No, the one with the voice. Had the voice box.
Roger.
Roger Troutman. Yeah.
They were
Larry
huge.
Graham.
Yeah, they was huge on that.
Yeah.
You know?
Wow.
The drummer star played with Ohio players.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Columbus.
Yeah, one of the fastest feet ever, man. I mean, he's got the trips on his foot.
Yeah, and it was a couple of people from what's that guy was Sly Stone. It was a couple of people that came from his band that were in Columbus also.
So it is like something happened, like Baltimore with DJs.
Yeah, with the and house, you know, like the I would say the beginning. Well, nah, never mind. I would say the beginning of Baltimore Club. Yeah, Baltimore Club.
Yeah.
Which derivative from house music. Yeah, Baltimore is pinned with that too. They, you know, New Jersey is trying to take it over, but
that's now. They can't. They wasn't in that beginning. It just wasn't.
But
Tracy, what's the best party you ever been to?
Me?
Oh, you said been to?
No. Well, she's not a DJ. If I ask her what the best part she DJs, she's going to say.
Oh, I DJ polka music on Sundays. Every other Sunday. Like, I'm joking.
Yeah.
I'm joking. I don't know. That's really hard. I've been to some great. Oh, I snuck into Usher's birthday party.
And that was the best.
One of the best.
Didn't you hang out with Prince too?
Yeah, I did.
That wasn't one of the best?
No, because he put me out. So if I would have, I played pool with Prince, and when he found out I didn't know how to play pool, he's like, "Get out of here!" So yeah.
My cousin Mike used to work at his studio.
Really?
Yeah. He's a drummer. He used to work there.
What?
Yeah, so that was pretty cool. And I was like, you know, I wanted to go there, but I was never invited. So,
Wow.
You know, I'd like to have been a bug on that wall in the studio, you know, and check out some of the things the engineers did there. Because, you know, Prince just was he's amazing.
I don't mean any harm. Like, anytime I tower over you and you got on 4-inch heels, you small.
Yeah.
Hey, Disco. See in the room.
So now, wait a minute, I gotta mention because I'm gonna be in so much trouble.
Wow.
You know, because I've talked about everybody, but I didn't talk about Teddy Douglas.
I did. I brought him up first.
No, I meant the albums. You know, we just
Yeah.
So
you do so much, Greg. You can't cover it all.
The last four of his albums, I've been right with him on those four.
Yeah.
You know, and this latest one, I'm here. That's a really nice album.
So wait a minute. So tell people how to get it. How to even find it. Can they YouTube it?
Yes. You can always YouTube it. You can iTunes.
Is it streaming?
Source. It's streaming. Yes. So and also it's available on vinyl.
And it's on Nervous, right?
It's on Nervous.
I have the vinyl.
Project. Vinyl was cool. I mean, especially if like I think it was 2 weeks ago or a week ago or something like that. Teddy did like a all vinyl set.
Yeah.
And it's nice to have newer stuff on vinyl because a lot of times we don't, as artists now, we just put out the digital version of it and we don't put vinyl versions out. So if you ever get caught, hey, I want to do a vinyl set, you playing a whole bunch of older songs because you don't have the new songs on vinyl. And it costs so much for them to print it now. You know, a lot of people don't want to take that chance. But as an artist, that is where your money is, because you get a physical product and you get more money doing that than you do with these little digital things that they sell
or
on.
.00 from stream.
Yeah, they chop the penny up into 1,000 pieces, now.
Right.
Yeah, I said that last week. I want to own my music. I don't want to rent it.
Yeah.
I don't want to rent my music. And that's what streaming is doing. You're renting your music,
Yeah.
and you have to listen to it when they tell you to listen to it. If I have my music, especially like a record, I can just put on record player and put on repeat. How many times have you repeated or picked up the needle and put it in the front of one of Stevie Wonder's records?
Mm-hmm.
Why wouldn't you want your music to be played the same way?
Well, that's a great argument. I've never heard nobody put it that way, Tracy. But to own your own
I actually
music.
think it sounds better.
Yeah, it does.
I think vinyl's but it depends on how your ear is trained. And let me take that back, because the newer generation, their ear is not used to hearing imperfections, because now when digital stage we try to make things so crisp and clean. Where in vinyl you may have a pop and a crack and a crickle,
And
that
that's the joy of it.
You
That's
know,
the joy of
and
it.
you get the really good copies, and they play so much thicker and fuller on the speakers. They have so much more warmth to them, because you have to master them different for that vinyl than you do for digital stuff. And if you try to master something digitally that way, it tends not to sell,
right.
because people are so used to hearing things so loud now that you're mastering, above zero, and then using artificial to bring it back down to, 0.03 or something like that below zero.
He's talking to engineer stuff.
So-
He know what he's talking about. Trust me.
A lot of times, you're mastering so hot in these new things that vinyl, it's hard to press vinyl and make it go that loud.
And that's another thing. With vinyl, you actually appreciate real instruments. The real instruments that people are using. It might not be the full thing real, but you do have a guitar player, you do have a drum player, and you can actually hear that clearer and have a better appreciation for it on vinyl. Oh, and tapes are coming back. So for those,
I can live without the tape.
for those
I can live without the vinyl.
Yeah,
But-
Tom, you're too old to be carrying vinyl now.
No, it's just where it has the fidelity he's talking about.
Mhm.
But every time you play it, you lose a piece of it. Every time you
time-
play it,
every
you
time you
lose
play
a
it,
piece
you
of
lose
it.
a piece of it, which means
Yeah.
people have to go buy another one, which means the artist got paid.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
another thing. You really need to. So many people put their blood, sweat, and tears into this composition. So appreciate it. Pay them. If you go to your job at Kentucky Fried Chicken, you want to get paid every time you show up to work. So think about it. Same thing with music. If somebody messes up, a streaming track, only thing they have to do is it'll come back around, and you should get more than 1/4 of a cent.
Well, that's
You really
interesting,
should.
because where I was going to see Elijah Cummings
Mm-hmm.
in DC at his
Yeah.
office, it was about the whole streaming thing, because there were no rules. Nobody expected streaming to come up and blow.
Yeah.
And so there was no legislation about what you can do and what you can't do.
Mhm.
So he had the power to be a vote in what happened. So we was fighting for this stuff. We saw it happening because it was me and Michelle, and we was just active in the Grammys. So it was like, okay, we need to fight for this, because if you don't, they'll just make these rules up, and they don't care exactly how it affects anybody.
They're not making up rules. I mean, you got the music industry is going to make sure they get their money,
Mm-hmm.
and they're gonna say, hey, we don't really care as much about the artists. We're trying to make our money. So the music industry made sure they made their money.
Yeah, but they didn't care where
but they didn't make
you
sure
and
the
I made it.
artists
Right,
made their
right.
money, So that's the part you're fighting for, is to be able to keep this art form alive, because people won't do it if they're unable to make a living.
That's
So,
Exactly.
And
we fought
then,
for that.
then the arts die. And like they take it out of schools and things like that. So
Yep.
remember, you used to take instruments home with you.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Now you rarely see a lot of these things in our schools, which don't make for a well-rounded
Yeah.
child.
Exactly.
When you start taking away a lot of things, that the cultural things, the art programs, and the music programs, and
But
the
you know
sports
what?
programs.
We still somehow, I don't know how, but we still got bands and stuff. Like, where do y'all get this study from? Because, despite they took it out,
Mhm.
We got some of the baddest colleges and bands and institutes out there. That's
Oh yeah, well, you're gonna
these
have.
parents must have said, you know what?
That's right.
You're going to learn how to play the saxophone.
But what about the young kid who doesn't have those resources,
Right, that's
but
what I'm
has
saying.
that talent?
That's what I'm saying.
Somebody has to see them and say, "Hey, I'm going to pay for this, or I'm going to show you a way to pay for this." Instead, we used to find those talents in school regularly.
Yeah,
We used to find those talents. You see, you would go to music class, in elementary, and
You knew it was bad. It was natural.
yeah. 15 of the kids are just hitting xylophones. The 16th one is playing a rhythm.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And you go, wow, this one might actually, let me bring them over here to this side.
Exactly.
And that's another thing. It's like they took the music out of the schools, made it after school program, and now it's really hard for children to get to these places because a lot of people can't afford these after school programs.
Yeah.
And it's taking away your imagination, it's taking away your identity as being a person, it's taking away a lot of things.
Oh,
and they're starting young.
They took driver's ed out of school too.
Yeah,
They
started
did?
young.
Yeah. And then they made it mandatory that you have it in order to get your license. So your parents can't just teach you. You have to go to, you have to.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but they took it out of school. When it was in school, you had some kids whose parents didn't have cars, but
Right.
they were able to learn how to drive, and they gave them an incentive to be able to get a car when they got out of school. So I think, and it was an elective, and you had to have good grades in order to take it.
Yep.
But it incentivized you to get those good grades so that I can get this elective class, so that I can get my license at 16. So a lot of those things that we had for children that were beneficial to their growth and becoming adults, we have somehow to say we don't have enough money to do those things, but yet we have enough money to house them in prisons.
Yep,
Or
that part.
on a football team.
Yeah. I don't have a problem with sports teachers.
No, but they will get the money.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
but still, even their budgets are cut to
Yeah,
their
yeah.
minimum when they're going out and have to stand on the corners and you see them with their buckets saying, "Hey, give us money so that we can support our team."
And I
That
saw
should
you
not
out there, the
happen.
fireman out there with a boot.
Yeah.
Fill the boot.
They did that for years, fill the boot, Jerry's kids. And I used to always say, hey, why are we doing that when we should just pick a different nonprofit every year and the fire department support that? It'd been better if we supported the burn unit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right,
that's
right.
true.
That was my thought, but I was, small fry in that.
You sound kind of bitter still.
No, I just thought the fire department could have been a bigger part of the community doing that.
Yeah, I
Put
get
everything
you.
in a hat, and each year we pick another one. So this year we're doing cancer. This year we're doing this. This year we're doing
like collective minds. We just keep changing. Right.
And give a little bit of help to everyone. Because that's what the fire department is there to help everyone. So why did we just pick one?
Well,
And so
Greg,
that's what we wanted to do.
we're gonna keep going. We got 4 minutes. Tracy.
Yeah,
we got 4
minutes.
4 minutes.
Man, thank you, me and Tom.
Thank you so much.
We can talk.
We can talk and
Everything.
chit chat about anything.
Long as tennis not on. This man is a tennis advocate.
Yes,
I mean,
I
he
am.
just what?
Yes. I think I'm the only black guy that will take tennis over football.
Yeah, he sure is. He is not.
I know another person.
Do you?
Yeah, Ben Blayton.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, he'll be like, tennis on, don't call me.
Tennis on, don't call me.
Wait a minute.
Yes.
I was just calling to see how you was doing. Tennis. He don't even say nothing. They're like, Tracy, tennis. Click. Okay, my fault.
He just like you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I even watched the juniors, so I see the up and comings. And if you haven't been looking at it, the United States has a wealth of talent right now, young talent,
Yes.
young African American talent,
Wow,
or Americans of African descent, as I like to say.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right.
I don't know if some of them may be from that, but
So, Greg, you gotta give it your social media contacts. You got Facebook, IG, LinkedIn, whatever you want to say.
everything is at DJ Greg Lewis, and it's on Facebook, Instagram. Those are the two social media that I have. Then you can get Blacklist Media. They have their own page on Facebook.
Okay. All right.
Trying to catch me in, book me or whatever you need to do for DJ. We didn't even get to the DJ a whole lot, but if you're trying to book me for DJ, that's fine. If you're trying to get me for studio, I would say message me.
Yeah.
Let me know exactly what you're trying to do, and I will hit you right back. It doesn't take me no more than 2 days to get back to anyone, and then we'll set that up.
Oh, so we got 2 minutes. So wait a minute. Describe yourself as a DJ. You like to play what?
I like to play for the people that's in front of me. So I usually try to figure out what's in front of me, and then I play for the people in front of me. I'm not going to come with a preset of I'm going to play this, I'm going to play that. I'm going to play for the people in front of me. If it's 10 people or 100 people or 1,000 people, I'm going to play for what's in front of me. I think a lot of DJs get stuck in this. I'm going to just play certain this or certain that, and you wind up getting there, and that's not the crowd.
Right.
So a good DJ should be able to adapt, and then bring them to you.
Yeah.
You know, and I think I play a lot of I do play a lot of Afro at times.
You think so? You think so? So wait a minute, do you sell mixes? Can they contact you and say, hey, I need a flash drive or I need some mixes?
Yeah, of course.
I'm just
I
saying.
don't do it very often, but of course, I do a lot of stuff for because my wife is into exercise, so I do a lot of things for that crowd.
We didn't even talk about that.
No, I didn't get to that portion of it.
We gotta bring you back because you know when he go into you don't mind me saying that, but if you and your wife, you don't describe yourself as vegans, right? No.
Well, I'm a vegan.
You are vegan.
Yeah,
right?
I'm straight vegan. She's more vegetarian because she will, you know,
Stick to an egg or something every now and then.
Yeah, or a piece of cheese.
Okay, understandable.
You know,
okay.
But I think it was for me it was a health thing. I wasn't doing very well, and that changed. You know, once I started doing this change in my way of eating, what I put in my body became more important than how it tasted at the point. But now I'm to the point where I know how to make things healthy for myself. I rarely go out and eat a lot like that because I usually cook for myself. So I know exactly what's in it, you know.
You know, I've known you a long time. When you would eat a hot dog in a minute, real
Yeah.
quick and swallow it whole.
I sure would.
But as you know, I've watched you change, your health change when you went
No more smoking, no more drinking,
vegan,
none of that stuff.
and just like wow. And I'm just people out there. I go over his house a lot of times, or I'm working with him, and it smells so good. I'm like, what is that? That's mushroom chicken, something like that. That's a mushroom. It smells.
Yeah, we fool a lot of people with that. You know, I'll give them something and say, "Here, what are you eating?" And they'll go, "I'm eating bacon," and I go, "No, you're not. You're eating mushrooms."
Right.
You know.
Right.
What are you eating?
Wait a minute, hold up. Mary said, hint, hint.
You know. So I think changing the way that I approach how I look at food, you know, eating to live instead of living to eat.
Yeah,
I hear you.
You know, and that had a big part in me getting healthy because at one point I was really people don't know I was really sick for a while.
You were scaring the heck out of me.
Yeah, I was really sick for a while, and I was able to change myself around without doing a whole bunch of medications. I don't take but a half a little pill once a day, and that's it. And I'm really about to get off of that. But I think just changing the way I look at food and think about food has helped me a lot.
Well, so wait a minute. So you did mention, let's do this because, you know, I'm part of the family. Like, you got to mention my girl, Disco. So wait a minute, you helped her produce this show that she is now pretty, like, huge doing what she's doing. Like you, she's a workhorse. So you want to mention some of this stuff?
She works more than me. I can't. Look, if I try to explain what Mari does, I'm going to mess it up.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
Because the letters behind her name now is just is incredible. You know, the amount of things. I'm so proud of what she does because she works with a lot of elderly people as well as young people, but she works with more so towards the elderly and. The things that she gets them to do is incredible. You know, you're looking at 80 and 90-year-old people that have more energy than I see the youngins with, you know, running around.
And she's a botanist, right?
Yeah.
Is that a correct term? A botanist, gardener?
Oh yeah. I didn't even go. I was going towards the health side.
Oh,
know?
yeah.
And
Amazing.
I didn't even go to the horticultural side.
Wait a minute, but I do know is it Train with Murray?
Yes,
Yes,
Train with Murray.
Train with Murray. You don't want to go check it out?
And you can check that out. And she puts up a lot of tips for just normal things. And she can work. Yeah, I mean, she's really good at getting people to actually get themselves into shape without using a lot of gimmicks. There's no fast
Or hurting
way.
yourself.
Yeah, without hurting yourself.
Right.
And using science to do it, and using tried and true methods. This is not something that she's going to say, I'm just going to do this on the fly. She's going to do a full assessment of you, have your doctors and, know what's going on, and then start to work out something that's going to get you to a better place.
But right now, we're coming into, we're past the 10 o'clock.
Yeah, we are. But
So,
there's no way I was
I
going to not mention Train with Murray. Oh, heck no.
I was thinking, maybe we should do like a health, seeing as though
Well,
we're already
she's coming
doing
in
for the
June.
community, we can do a health focused thing. So we can probably have Murray come in and do, talk about some
Well,
consultations.
she got a
and
date.
things
I
of
gave
that
her a
sort.
date. She was so busy, she can't do it till June.
Oh, well, I can understand
Yeah,
that.
she
'cause
does a lot of speaking engagements.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
She worked with me while my knee was messed up, so that was a great thing,
Yeah.
And so we won't go too much into what she's supposed to be talking about. Let's have a
Well, we
reflection.
couldn't. I mean, when I'm saying this woman
Mhm.
went out and got everything she needed to be a certified person, from nutrition all the way down to dealing with seniors and
Yeah.
special ways in education. She's been dedicated. Matter of fact, she had a senior class and she asked me to be in it.
Oh, that's
So I
awesome.
was Jack O'Lane in the back of her, like, yeah.
And
I'm a senior.
And they still show it on Maryland Public Television.
Are you
That's a great
kidding?
Yeah, it's still on Maryland Public Television. So that show still airs, and you can still see Tommy.
Well, in conclusion, I would like to say, one, we appreciate you coming through.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Your rich history is wonderful, and we need to bring you back, and we also need to see you in the clubs DJing. Hint, hint for the people out there. And,
Oh, wait a minute. Before I go, what I have next month
Mhm.
on the 2nd, I'll be at the Cellar.
Awesome.
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
be at the Cellar for Elevation
Okay.
on the 2nd, and I think that's a Friday.
Yes,
This is rare. If for people out there, house, you
You need to show up. You really need to show up. Honestly, you do.
You know, every time he played, and I have to be in the crowd, and it was like, I didn't know he played like that. I said, because he's not ego tripping like you used to. People ego. He is real quiet. He's like, and turn the place out.
Yeah, like, listen, I will move the crowd. They'll be like, wait a minute. I would like to thank you. You are such an inspiration to a lot of people. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your music. Thank you for coming here, and also thank you for telling the people the benefits of actually getting yourself together. Rashad, thank you for the wealth of information
Oh, that was a deep part
that
there.
oh my goodness, let me tell you, I worked with him during his 90 days of running, to be, I think it was the 12th district.
Mm-hmm.
When I saw him move the way that he moved, I was like, oh, I'm going to vote for you when you become, I don't care what you can run for fried chicken. I'm still voting for you. But, and also Brother Jay, him kicking it off. I'm telling you guys, this was a powerful show. If you missed it, you missed it. It's going to be on Facebook, and I'm going to download it and try to put it on YouTube sometime soon, hopefully.
And we're recording for the show, right?
I didn't press record. No,
What?
I did not.
Are you serious?
I did not. We had technical difficulties.
I want to record the technical.
Yeah, no, we had to stop several times.
I would start the.
My fault. Well, it's on Facebook, and
You're always at it.
It's on Facebook. I'm gonna download it.
Oh my God!
And it'll be on YouTube. Give me a week. It'll be on
It's
YouTube.
with the station. Oh my God.
What can I do?
Hit
What can I
record
do?
no matter what. Let it be all that on
I did
there.
not know. My fault. Look, now I know. Next time.
We had
But-
some powerful people we did not record. Erica Pickney, powerful. Like,
But-
what? We didn't
But like
record
I said,
it.
if I did it, if we're gonna download it, it's gonna be on YouTube.
You know how I get fussed out when I don't hit record, Tom.
Oh my God. I jump on
Yeah.
Lance real bad. Like, Lance, just whatever you do, the minute we come in here, hit record.
Right. And Tommy, again, thank you for the extended opportunity for me to come and just hang out every week and throw out all of my crazy ideas. And me, my militant person. Wait a minute, hold up. Again, your legislative work for you. Letters,
That's extra
emails, phone calls, they all work. But anyway,
See, sir, I mean, you know, we all I love that about her. We all should be like that. We all should be thinking of what we think is the best thing. Whether anybody agree with you, we should be real outspoken about it. And we had some people, including you, that was outspoken about what you said. And we need more talks like this to actually talk wide open and don't be afraid, because everybody else on the other side is yelling.
yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that, like, you really don't have to do much to get a lot done, right? And we have to make sure once we're gone and our history is still there, so people won't have to repeat history.
No, don't let other people teach your children history.
Exactly.
Teach your children history yourself.
That
Good
part.
point.
You know,
That part.
don't let other people tell your children what their history is. You learn it and you teach it.
They're trying to erase it. You know what I mean? That's how they did Pennsylvania Avenue.
That's
It's like,
okay.
how did you
That's
erase
okay.
Pennsylvania
we
Avenue?
used to pass down history on through spoken word.
Talk
Remember?
to each other.
So what happened to that? Keep talking to your children about their history and who they are.
Those
Well-
7-year-olds, those 7 years old should be talking to those 70-year-olds. You need to know your history.
Well, this show is a great place for it. We actually talk history and different kind of thing, and I'm glad to do it. That's the only reason why I would do this. That's why you don't see me DJing the whole thing. It's like, no, I need to be more. I've been DJing my whole life. Like, you know what? But you have to leave something behind.
Yeah.
And Greg, thank you so much.
Oh,
and
thank
you
you.
know, if you're out there and you think you have something interesting you want to bring to the show, please contact us. You know, like, because we have sponsors. You're available to sponsor a time you have an event or whatever you want to do. You want to come in and be a part of this, just hit us up. I don't care what it is, except for hip hop. We have other shows that do hip hop on
that's
on
true.
Power 410. So if you listen to Power 410, it's 24 hours. So, you know, besides my show, you're going to hear some other shows in different genres that specialize. The way I specialize in house, they specialize in other things.
Exactly. But again, thank you. Thank you all for listening. And we will see you next Monday on Power 410 Radio. You can actually go on the website, you get the app. But if you get the app, instead of watching us on Facebook, you will find that we sound better in stereo. Have a great night.
Good night, y'all.